What's up? What's going on? We're just jumping right into it. No intro, no music, no nothing. Just straight to that P&A, baby. I guess P&A doesn't really work, does it? Well, whatever. That's what we're doing today. Price and action. Some pretty good selling going off today. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. No kind of announcements or nothing. Just time to look at price action. Saturdays are usually really chill anyway, and probably one of the least viewed video times is Saturdays, I've noticed. But that's all good, so we're just going to make it real quick. This sucks. This is kind of bearish. And what time is it? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, what's up? Z-Rex. It's no noise. We're coming at you live for a quick video, a little wrap up for some crypto action. And it's March something something. March 15th, 2021. Bada bing. Let's see. So, yeah, and we got to close. Oh, crap. We're closing in 6 minutes. Yeah, so this sucks. This is actually a really ugly close. I'm assuming, it's pretty fair to assume, 6 minutes, that we will be closing this candle, engulfing this, and this is usually continuation, so that's not very good. We're almost at the same here, not quite as ugly on the, I think we get the 3-day today. Yes, we do. So, obviously the altcoins are going to look a little bit better. They've just been performing a lot better as of late anyway, and that's obviously shown through this terrible chart of Bitcoin dominance, actually tapping almost into the 30s, 40.04, so almost went into the 30s. I mean, this is crazy. This is just really concerning, that especially this rapid pace too. I mean, this is eerily reminiscent of the end of the bull cycle last time. And we do have 1 day left, so, and Saturdays, a lot of time there is counter trend action Saturdays, so, and we're right on top of the 21 and pretty much the tail of this candle, which is at 45.7 on the dot too, 45,700, not, so right on the freaking zeros. And that's this little tail right here on this candle. Man, yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty ugly. This is not what we wanted to see. Yesterday we didn't get a nice candle. I really wanted to see this thing get over 51,000. I didn't. It kind of just put in a flat, ugly candle, an accepted price at the bottom of the range, which is not very sexy. And man, 4 minutes. We're getting this thing to close. It is Saturday, so that's the only thing that might be able to get this thing reversed pretty quickly, is that it is Saturday, and counter trends have never happened since the CME futures have been out over the weekend. So maybe opportunity right here, but man, if this was a day during the week, I would be like super bearish on this, and I'd be looking for probably coming to test 43 with a little bounce, but ultimately work its way down into the upper 30s. And we might still be getting that. This isn't looking very good. Let's move on to... We don't need to look at futures because they ain't open. Man, yeah, even Ethereum's finally putting in some nasty daily candles. I'll zoom in slightly. Man, right on the edge. Man, any other price action below about 3,500 like we've been watching for the last week or so. Man, even 3,550 probably does it. I would probably look for like 3,300 somewhere. See if we can get caught there, but getting a little bit of pressure. Again, it is Saturday, so a lot of times we do get selling into Saturdays. So we'll just have to see if that can stay bid up here. Litecoin rolling over. A lot of the coins that we were looking at yesterday were just between the 10 and the 21 simple on the daily. That is more neutral than it is trending, and a lot of times I like to use that space for managing some risk sometimes. What is this? Alternative thinking. Left shoulder almost complete. On what? Left shoulder on what is almost complete? On Bitcoin? What the hell? I don't know what you're talking about, man. The left shoulder? Need some more context around that. But yeah, right here at about 290, it's okay. So this might be an opportunity zone since this is a Saturday. It wouldn't shock me too much if we just did a little dumpage right here into the wee hours of the morning and got bid back up for Sunday and probably just kind of stayed flat in the range. That seems to be pretty regular weekend behavior. Something like that, maybe get a little flash down to like 43, test these lows, and then just like come right back up around 47. That tends to happen a lot on Bitcoin over the weekends. But that's predictions. I'm not trading that, but I just got to trade price action, not predictions and what you think the market's going to do. Be a student of the market. Anyway, this thing's trapped between the 21 and 10, so it looks a little bit better than some of the other ones. Probably the best that we've looked at so far. I mean, besides Ethereum, obviously, because Ethereum has just been beast moding all day. XRP actually doing a decent candle here. That would be pretty wild if this closes back above about 148. I'd be pretty... Damn, that actually would be pretty damn bullish. This candle bounce right here is pretty nice. It did go right to the mama, though. But, I mean, it's getting the start of decent price action. Very neutral on the DMI. Wow. Going all the way back to 420, which is pretty much the high of most coins. Unless it's these insano ones like Matic and there's a handful of them that are just like mooned out. But ultimately, man, this is kind of in between, and it's still lower than these highs. It really needs to get back above 160 to even get the chart flowing good. Here's XLM. Does not look that bad at all. It's actually floating against this previous all-time high. This actually is this is crazy. So here's one that has mad relative strength on it. I mean, this thing looks great above 60 cents. I don't have any problems with this chart at all. DOT did a pretty gnarly, nice close. Oh, the daily close is coming in 15 seconds. Anyway, yesterday's daily finished off real nice on DOT. I mean, wow, yeah. So technically, this thing looks pretty damn good above 40 bucks. I don't really have any issue with this. And we just came back today. We just closed the daily, and we just came back and tested this previous little consolidation that did end up failing, but oh, excuse me. But left shoulder almost complete. Yeah, I wish you would follow up on that alternative thinking, but I don't know what you're talking about, man. And plus, if it's almost complete, I would say you shouldn't care about it. Patterns only really matter when they actually are complete, and then you get confirmation. So break on the of the neckline. So you really don't want to play those. Like it can do whatever it wants, like a head and shoulders or something like that, right? But like if this part isn't done, and it's not a head and shoulders yet, it's got to break the neckline right here. And then the best chance to play it is on retests of the neckline. That's the time to short. Because otherwise, you don't know if it's going to be that pattern. It could just easily just set up like this, right? And go, whoop, 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 whoop. How many times does that happen? Like 1,000 billion times on charts. Wait for those patterns to complete for confirmation. Save you some monies. Link. Yeah, man, that daily kind of closed funky, but dude, it's like looking at pure price action. It's literally just right on top of the freaking high here. So, I mean, it's like it's not really that bearish. Some of these are showing pretty damn good relative strength here. Link has been that way freaking since inception. I mean, look at this. February 2019. This is monthly. I mean, Link has been one of the best performers in the market. Man, Cardano, we were talking about this one yesterday, getting that follow-through. Whoops. Getting that follow-through, man, just beautiful. Here we are now testing above, we're above 2, so now this is really bullish above like 195, $2, kind of about where the base of this candle is here. And this one, I mean, after this big, beautiful, girthy candle of just chilling, EMAs catch up. Yeah, this has been a very, very sexy chart here. Still continues to be that way above about $195, $2. on way to target to maybe about 280-ish, looks like. Oh, man, still in between the 21 and 10 and right on top of the previous local high here. So this doesn't really, this is whatever. This looks completely fine. I mean, it really has to get back below 1,000 to really kind of be like, uh-oh. BSV is a little bit weaker, but I mean, look at all the EMAs and the price action. I mean, this is weekend trading on cryptos is mostly really, really boring and uneventful. So we are just kind of getting that right now. As long as this is holding about 290, it's whatever burger. EOS kind of just chilling, making a funky little pattern up here. Sure, people are gonna say this is some kind of head and shoulders. Speaking of, but I mean it's really sloppy if it is, and it's got to break $9 for that to even come to fruition. And even if it does go to 9, I mean you've got major support in the mid 8s. So it's kind of an odd pattern here on this one. See how this weekly closes, but I mean it looks fine above about 9/11. Everyone's favorite date. No, just obviously. Is that a bad joke? All right, let's see here. Monero breaking down. Monero actually, major support at 350, but not super sexy. This isn't really that great looking. Let's go daily. Weekly. Sorry, 2-day. Yeah, and weekly's actually. This will be a shit weekly candle if this closes like this tomorrow evening. That would be very much engulfing and probably would get us down to test the weekly 21 over time if this does print like that. So not very great. ZEC kind of just struggling. I mean, right above the local highs, a lot of stuff just continuing to look like that. So above about 255, 260, it looks fine. Target is still on target. Target's still on target. I mean, this one still looks pretty good. I mean, you kind of just got this little sine wave action grinding up. You do technically have bearish divergence to this, but did it already play out coming to test the 21? Probably. It probably has already played out for that. So as long as it's holding about 300, it looks pretty good. Anything back below 3 really opens up the door to this consolidation zone right here in the low 2s. Freaking Dogecoin, what he does. I mean, this thing in sats looks great, back above 1,000. That was kind of its pivot point. And let's go to dollar. 51 cents. I mean, I still like it above this basic horizontal over 42, but it is a little concerning on the daily. There is no momentum at all. Like at all. It's super neutral right now. Let's zoom in a little bit. See if there's any edge on this. Kind of. There kind of is, but I don't like the camel hump on the mama on that horizontal right above it at 56. And then you're about like, well, 58 and then about 42-ish. I mean, you're pretty much right in the middle of this range. This is a no-go for me on Doge for now. I mean, unless you bought like this dip around this 42 level, 40 cent level. I mean, I would still hold it from there. But as a re-enter, definitely not re-entering here. No way, Jose, man. All right, that's all equity stuff. We don't have to do that. How did the daily close for Biddy? Pretty shitty. But, again, like I said with the Saturday thing, there's a lot of trick fuckery on Saturdays. So, it's not looking great, though, man. I'm not a huge fan of this, but I don't think we're going to get follow through too much on Saturday, Sunday. If we do, I'd be very cautious for a face ripper coming out tomorrow, like we were talking about earlier. So, yeah, very interesting chart. What about the super crack time frames? Yeah, recrossed bearish on the high. Yeah, the bulls are having a hard time, though, keeping up with this selling pressure, and now we are technically though, we have made a new closing low on a daily closing basis, so that sucks. That's not what we want to see. Now we've got 1, 2, 3 lower lows, and then the 1, 2 lower highs. this pump out of here, we'll get some kind of relief rally somewhere in this, whatever kind of, even if it comes down to here, whatever, we'll get some kind of relief rally. And on that relief rally, it's going to be very important on the daily that the bulls get back above this high at 59,000. If they do not do that and create another lower high and get resistance maybe here in the next week or two up against this 55 area and roll back over, I would start to get real concerned about Bitcoin's chart here. If that did start happening and we did lose the 43, I mean, we're pretty much going to, man, that high 30s is really the next target. There's not much business in between about here and down over here in the mid-high 30s. And the bigger problem is if that happens, and the reason this one is red right here, this horizontal, because if we go test that guy, it's 50% pullback from the all-time high, and that has marked every single top in Bitcoin. And not just Bitcoin, that happens on other assets too. Now the thing though, that's not doomy or scary, gloomy. Usually what happens in most instances, it'll crash about between 45 and like 55%, but then a gnarly rally comes after that, usually within the next few weeks, and it'll rally. I did the math on it. I'll have to pull that up. I'll do that tomorrow for the long-term video on the weekly closure. But yeah, that usually you get like a 50 to 80-ish% rally off of that, and those are really good positions to get out of and use that strength to sell into and hedge or do whatever you need to do to manage some risk, because I don't want to hold doing that and go, like, if we start breaking down that 50, I'm definitely going to be selling and going mostly to cash, which I'm already pretty close to that anyway, so wouldn't be that crazy. And that's mostly based off of this. I've been talking about it a long time. Not this chart, but the just the struggle on the daily. You know, we've been talking about this for a while. Like, we just can't get over that 618 here and the mama and all these sloppy MAs and just no love. And then we just start selling off. We can't get over this trend line here. Got rejected once more. Got front ran pretty hard too. Let's see if there's any kind of divergence here on the RSI. Oh, we do. Okay, see, this actually bodes well. I'm glad I looked at that real quick. This actually bodes well with the theory about Saturdays and it being kind of dump fest. And you can look here, and we have very nice divergence on this guy. We got the lower low on the price and the higher low on RSI. That's pretty damn sexy right there. So if we get back above probably 40, almost 49-ish, this thing will probably rally pretty good. So that's actually interesting. I'm glad that I noticed that real quick, because I did not see that earlier, this divergence here. That is super, super sexy. So I like that very much. That actually makes me want to nibble here a little bit long, because what's the risk down to here? About 8%. Huh. Yeah, after I get off the stream, I'm going to actually go check. I think I'm like maybe 15-ish% committed of just kind of holding this low. I kind of got in and then took off some and then shook myself out. But now I think I'm going to re-enter on this little Saturday sell-off here. Might be providing that opportunity. Let's zoom in just a tad too and see if we have the same read. We do have the divergence here as well. So, and not this horizontal and all this business. Yeah, I like that. I like that risk to reward, because I mean only about 8%. That ain't shit in crypto. Not too bad. Again though, that like a relief bounce, I won't be probably holding that unless we can break back above like 60K for long term, but that'll probably just be like a little scalp trade looking to come back into the middle of this range, because this daily needs a lot of work for the bulls to get excited again. And you can see even when the bulls attempted to come in and switch around on the DMI, the bears swiftly rejected them each time. So, you know, for the last, almost month now, the bears have said, hey, mother effer, we still here. Don't forget us. And I don't know, this is kind of like an H pattern sort of right here. It's kind of a little bit sloppy. Usually you have a couple more candles on the end of this. So maybe it's that. Usually H patterns are hard to short into. So that's another thing that actually bodes well with this divergence. It being Saturday, this dump happening then. Not too shabby. Let's see, what do we got on here? Capitulation mode still. We don't have any love yet. Waiting for the buy signal to trigger on the hash ribbons like probably everybody else and their mom. But we don't have it yet. Looks like it's... And this box right here is the average. Discussed it a couple times on the other videos. So I took the average of the duration from capitulation signal to buy. That's what the... I guess I could rename this to cap to buy, because that would probably make a little bit more sense. So capitulation to the buy signal, and that's like when cap fires over here to the buy signal. And these are the average times, or the times over the last 10 years or so that it's happened in the move in that range. And then parentheses is negative if you don't know. But this is the box is an average. It's about 35, 40 days. I just kind of threw that on there. So we can expect probably a buy signal in the latter part of this box, which is all the way in early June. Actually, right around my birthday. Hey, that'd be a cool birthday present. I'll take that. Alrighty, I think that's it for today. Gonna keep this one kind of short. I guess we'll go fan through some of the watch list stuff real quick. Anything big today? One. Yeah, Cardano. Yeah, I mean, look, nothing participating. Rev chain, Shibu Inu Minu. It's got the angry Doge face on there. Yeah, some not really huge sell-offs either. I mean, Shibu Inu moving 15-20%. That's super regular for its volatility. Eve kind of taking it off. That one was showing relative strength for a while. Oh, I mean, shit, it still is. It's actually just coming back to test the saucer pattern breakout on this, dude. This damn chart right here. Is this a scoopy scoop right here? Scoopy scoop zone? 20%'s a little far for me, but dude, it still looks really good. Damn. How crazy is that? Damn it. I really just want that bitty Bitcoin to get it in, man. Yeah, pretty ugly waves, or riff, pretty ugly waves, just boring. Most of these aren't going to be doing shit. Yeah, so Ardor kind of breaking down a little bit, but just hovering right against here. I'm sorry, ETN. Yeah, kind of just confusion, mostly in this market. Algorand been in sideways market since February, acting like the Russell 2000 or something. Buy this one actually might be curling up. I kind of do like this formation here on the daily. And you got all the EMAs right here, so there's definitely a big move on this coming up pretty soon. And if it gets back over 17.5 cents, I bet you it goes up to the 20s. Conversely, though, anything back below about 10 pennies is going to start to look real fugly. Let's see on the weekly if that's agreed. Oh, man, the weekly says about 11, 12 pennies. So, but yeah, this one actually doesn't look too bad on buy. I kind of like this little heavy bounce and this little squeeze right on the mama, just chilling. Really need to confirm that, though. Let's get over about 15, 16 pennies. Over this mama, because a lot of times what the mama will do, if it doesn't slice through it, it usually does it immediately and just keeps going, or it'll stall right here and it'll literally just grind its way down. That happens so many damn times. Here's an example here. Still broke out, but you can see for about a week it just kind of grinded like right on it. So we'll see what happens with that one, but possible opportunity coming up on buy. File, no. That looks like it wants continuation. Back down here to 80. Man. That's a healthy dose. I don't know. That's a kind of a tough read. And that's okay. You don't have to, like, know what you think the charts or put any opinion on it. You can just be like, hey, I just need more data and move on to the next one. There's 8 million things to trade. Eve, we already did. Nano showed lots of relative strength, but look at these dailies. Gave it all up and closed below this daily. That's not sexy. That is not sexy at all. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. So that sucks. Really, really showing this $13 level major supply zone up there. KSM, though, is actually doing something a little nicer. Big, girthy, sexy candle. Retest of part of the range of that candle, which is right on top of the previous all-time high. So this is actually a pretty cool spot. As long as it's holding like this 10 simple daily moving average, which is currently at about 490, I'd say it looks fine. Oh, man. New economy movement. Super saucer pattern, although we need a bigger chart. Let's go to Poloniex. Oh, man. Weekly actually looks still really good, above about 19 cents. I know that's kind of far away from here, but it is crypto shitcoins, so... Man, wow, the monthly actually looks really good. We don't have any other instances for this, but just generally when the monthly sets up like this and the EMAs, it's pretty damn sexy what follows. And it's sitting right on this daily 200, just grinding it out right against this range. I mean, technically it's pretty much in the clear as long as it's holding about 22 pennies. And that'll be ratcheting up too with this 377 daily as that comes up. And once it crosses 22, I'd be pretty much using that as the threshold at that point. All right, let's see. I think das ist alles. Und jetzt wir fertig. Ja. Let's go to Mama Bear. What you doing, biatch? Just chilling. Oh, moon rally. Look at this moonshot rally. Look at that. Oh, my God. See that? Just kidding, obviously. Or not obviously. I've been told that I'm pretty sarcastic, and sometimes people can't tell, so maybe it's not obvious. Yeah, this is just final thoughts with Bitcoin. Bitch better hold this 43K area. I do think we're going to get a rally off of this low, though, into the week. And we'll see if we can get that follow through. Like we were talking about earlier, we really need this daily over the next few weeks to come back out and take out and not make another lower high, because then that will be 3. That's 1, 2, 3 for the lows, and that will be 3 for the highs. And generally when that happens, it's pretty significant trend change action when that occurs. So I mean, we're just right at this critical level. And I mean, look, weekly on the 21 for Bitcoin, it hasn't even, it touched it a few times in this consolidation. But other than that, it hasn't really been around it since sub 10K, okay? So this is a very critical thing with the weekly 21 on BTC. You can see it crossed right here, followed by a gnarly dump. Crossed here, did get caught, but it ended up just keeping and rolling over. And you can see back over here when we finally broke the 21, there was that vicious rally right up into the 10 underneath the trend line, and that was it, though. The rally was done after that. So, and even when you go back into the previous, before that, you can see it never closed. It touched it a few times, and this is very healthy when markets do that. 21, 21, 21, 21, boom. But look, it never closed below it in that whole rally. The whole freaking rally, man, from 2015 to the end of 2017, and never closed it below it until it was over. So we do have a couple warning signs on BTC right now that are not super sexy. Hopefully we can get something where we just bounce off of it, or if we do go below it, just immediately the following week get bid back up, kind of like how this did back in 2013 in it had double mega rallies. And so if we're going to do this kind of fractal, we definitely need to see the bulls step their game up and do it relatively quickly. Ethereum just riding this trend line so far, but now it's between the 21 and 10 simple. So until it gets out of that on the daily, it's mostly neutral at this point. So that'll do it. I guess I'll stick around for like 1 second in case anybody wants to throw in a ticker or a coin for me to look at. And other than that, though, I'll give y'all a few minutes while I just do some stuff on my other computer for that to transmit through the interwebs. Because I think it's like a 20-30 second delay or something. So I can make sure I take out all those cuss words. Alrighty then. Oh, that's the right one. Come on. The Eiger. What? Maybe it's 20. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Get the code. Give me that code, baby. Gotta do double codes. Oh, I'm not gonna make that one. 064. There we go. Alright, okay, it doesn't look like it. Maybe people were watching in the back. They're catching up. That's probably what's going on. No worries. It's all good. But yeah, that's kind of what we're just looking for. So we're just still in cautious mode, and we've been in pretty cautious mode for a while now just because Bitcoin just doesn't want to get its shit together. So we're just going to kind of hurry up and wait, really. And until then, tomorrow, let's see if Saturday turns into a buy-op and we just get some nasty tails on some candles here that get bid up before futures open tomorrow. There's a couple things that show that there's a pretty decent probability of that happening, but all in all, if you just took this at face value, this daily close does kind of suck. So let's go, bulls. Get your shit together. If not, it's about to get mo fugly. But it's only supposed to go up, damn it, to the moon. This is alright, guys. Much love. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I don't see any tickers, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll open up, probably do a later one. And futures probably open and go from there. Awesome. Much love. I'll see y'all guys tomorrow. Have a great Saturday night. Peace.